Hello everyone and welcome back. We are here with another, obviously, continuation for our Kinkoi series down the Sylvia-Route. Obviously, like I stated before, we will do all of them eventually. Well, obviously right now we're doing the Sylvia-Route. There's, I think, a total of 5 routes. Obviously the 4 girls we see here on the main screen, and then a 5th one, which was one of the secret ones. But overall, we will do all of them, but we are going to continue off where we last left off. I don't remember what really happened last time, but so let's just get right into this. Even the next day, the news about Rio, or rather Maria, still had me depressed. If it was going to be this way, then I would have been better off not knowing. I know Maria didn't get much photographic exposure, and I probably would have accepted her simply fading out of the scene. Damn you, Yagasaki. This was uncalled for. By the way, as for Ria and Yogasaki...
ほら早く無理言って場所取ってもらったんだから。
今日やる気しねえ。明日でよくね。
さっさと来る。
Where are you headed off to?
最近歌ってないから喉鳴らしにスタジオ。
Like a music studio?
別にカラオケボックスでいいと思うんだけど。
ダメ。秘密が漏れたら大変だわ。
はいはい。
They were gonna use a whole studio for some basic vocal warm-ups? Pros or something else? Actually, that much would be child's play for Maria Bishop. That's just how big of a name she is. Maria is the diva of the modern era after all. Maria's so awesome!
何誰もいないテラスでニヤニヤしてるの?
Sorry. I couldn't shake my fanboy nature. With that, the two of us stood in the foyer when...
あら、お二人ともちょうどよろしいところに。何? これから寮の大掃除をしますわよ。手伝ってくださいな。
Huh?
危険な波動を探知脱出キャッチですが何あかねちんダメですよレイナ先輩。各自自分の部屋は年末までに掃除のことって寮の目標にあるじゃないですか。
Dorm objectives? Since when were those a thing?
毎週あるの。一日一膳とかゴミを拾いましょうとかそんな感じ。
It's usually a super ambiguous stuff, but sometimes super ambiguous tasks get added when extended vacations, athletic festivals, or the like come around. Probably like the class objectives we had in elementary school.
大掃除。年の暮れに自身の身の回りを一度完璧に整理し、清掃整頓する。日本には良い風習がありますこと。日本人はやや堅苦しいと思うことも多いけれど、それゆえのこうした風習はとてもよろしくてよ。いいですよね、大掃除。さっぱりして。
All of our first years are such good girls.
あたしらにはついていけんよ。
These major cleanups were a pain, plain and simple.
ついてこられなくて結構。ちゃんとできるまで私がお尻をひったたいて差し上げますので。ほら、始めますわよ、二人とも。
Oh?
せっせ。
The first years really do work hard, don't they?
これからのこの寮は若い子たちに率いてもらってほしいね。あなたたちも働きなさい。はーい。
We couldn't slack off after seeing how hard everyone else was working. Oh boy.
うわー、雑巾無理
Shoving your hands into water this time of year is a mild form of torture.
大丈夫です先輩。心が燃えてれば指先の冷えくらい平気ですよ。もうちょっと説得力のある理屈をプリーズだよ、あかねちん。
These two were the same as ever. You look like you're having fun cleaning, Mina.
そうで ですかしら。掃除は嫌いではありませんわ。自身を、周りを清潔にする、人として最も正しい行いであるように思います。
Huh? What a good girl. She happily cleaned and dusted the windows.
ガチのメイドがいる。
Mina was very princess-like in a much different sense from Sylvie, yet not at the same time.
ゲロ、死後が多いですわ。
Yes, yes, I'm on it. When I saw her working so diligently, I just had to follow her lead. May as well put in some effort.
よろしい。頑張ったら、夜はご褒美を差し上げますわよ。
Hmm? Of a reward? It wasn't like the promise of a reward had sold me on it, but after spending the rest of the day cleaning?
あらー
Sylvie, why? Although I am glad to see you. Mina had asked me to clear my schedule that evening, and I was greeted with a pleasant surprise. Sylvie came along and was rocking side to side in her limousine.
今日は忙しいから諦めていたけれど、ありがとうみんな。
お構いなく。私はいつでもお姉様の味方ですもの。
知ってる？
He totally high-strung Sylvie and a proud Mina. Apparently, Mina had arranged everything.
ほらほら、お乗りなさいな。時間がありませんわ。
Sure, I guess, but you still haven't told me where we're going. Or doing. Why are you guys dressed like that? I was shoved into the limousine.
今日はね、この後各国の大使を招いて忘年会のようなことをするの。私はホストだからさすがに無関係のオールを招くといろいろ勘ぐられるってエルに言われてたんだけど、
私がゲストとして参加しますの。名義は適当に。で、ゲストが参加するということは、
一人なら誰であってもパートナーを連れ込んでいいということ。
あなたにして差し上げましたわ。
How about that?
もうこの妹はお姉ちゃんを喜ばせてくれちゃうんだからスリスリスリスリスリ
もう、お姉様。
Mina looked a little embarrassed, yet delighted that Sylvie was bursting with happiness. This girl really did love her sister. She noticed my gaze and returned to her usual self.
ぬら、これはお姉様へのプレゼントだけではございません。ゲロ、あなたの審査も兼ねていますわ。
Examination? For what? By etiquette?
あなたにはもう2ヶ月にわたって上流階級で通用する作法を叩き込んできました。
Yeah, you've literally beating it to me.
今日はそれをすべて見せていただきますわ。ただの下郎で住んでいた今日までならともかく、お姉様のパートナーを名乗る以上、最低限私のメガネにかなう程度の振る舞いはしていただきます。よろしくて。
Yes?
大丈夫よ。オーロはどこに出しても恥ずかしくない紳士だわ。
Sylvie was carefree, but this was a ton of pressure on me. Perhaps I wasn't as lucky as I first thought. By the time we arrived at the consulate, a crowd of people from various countries and races had gathered together. I put on a suit that was prepared for me.
よろしいですか、市松殿。場の空気をつかみ、空気にうまく乗ることです。
空気に流されず空気に流される。バランス感覚を大事にしてください。
Okay. I'll try my best. We headed inside.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。みなに、お連れの市松様。
Yeah.
今日は楽しんでいってくださいな。
Sylvie greeted us as our host. Unfortunately, it didn't change the fact that Sylvie was on duty and she immediately walked away. She left me with a wink that suggested I'll be back soon. Okay then. That meant I'd have to kill some time until then. But about that.
確かにマイナスの点が出ない方法ですが、隅っこで縮こまっているのはずるいんじゃなくて、もっと参加者の方とコンタクトを取りなさいな。そのための作法は教えましたわよ。
Yeah, you did give me all those lessons. Unfortunately, all these people are speaking English. I don't think I'll be able to put myself out there, you see.
なぜ？
Like I said, I don't understand English. I don't know what they're saying.
あら、
The official language at this multinational gathering seemed to be English. It was the foreign language we Japanese were most familiar with, but still...
Excuse me?
Huh? The older man suddenly started to speak to me. Mina, help.
助けたいのは山々ですが、あなたに話されてますわ。せめて挨拶くらい返して。
A greeting? If I had to go with an English greeting, let's see. Hello!
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello, yay!
Oh, yes, yay.
Yay!
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 Yeah!
How's that?
Ha 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 ha! You are so good guy!
For whatever reason, the older man gave me a quick pat on the back and went on his merry way. What in the world was that all about?
とりあえず気に入られたことは確かですわね。
I somehow managed to overcome the barrage of English speakers surrounding me.
おや、オーロくんではないですか。
Oh, thank goodness. Kikuchiyo, you're here. At least someone I know is here. I ran into a familiar face, surprisingly. Awesome. This had almost been enough to make me weaken the knees.
妙なところでお会いしますね。
Yeah. Why are you here?
今度、録音時が取引するタイの大使が来ておられるので、ご挨拶がてら参加させていただいています。
I see. Hey, you can speak English, right?
ええ、基礎用語ですので、小学生の時には。
I'm just gonna stick close to you then.
は、ああ、なるほど。
He was a smart guy, so he picked up on how distressed I was in no time.
ちょいとゲロ、ずるいですわよ。でも、こういう緊急避難も含めての社交界、責めるのはお門違いですかしら。
Mina gave her approval. On that note, my technique during a time of distress relied on my friend's capabilities.
あ、すいません、オーロくん。この後、その大使と会食なのですが。
What?
そんな顔をなさらないでください。行きにくくなります。ご一緒しませんか？夕食をこちらで食べていかれるなら。
What do you think, Mina?
この時間に会食。フランス料理ですわね。
はい。と言っても、僕は歓待される側なので、メニューは聞いてませんが。
ちょうどよろしいですわ。ゲロ、テストしますわよ。
Oh no. French dining? That was a field Mina had drilled into me the hardest during her etiquette course. I was confident I'd absorb the material, but that would just make it all the worse if I messed up.
ほら、参りますわよ。私も入れてもらいますわ。
おお、シルビアさんの妹さんが。これは僕まで緊張しますね。行きましょうか、オーロくん。
I guess. Let's get right into it. I followed the two of them into the hall. I looked to Sylvie. It appeared she was having a friendly conversation in English, almost like speaking it were second nature, with a national from some country. She lightly noticed my eyes on her and smiled sweetly at me. Alright, I was fired up. I hit it in.
あら、会食？誰とするのかしら。
では今日の良き日に乾杯。
We all held out our glasses on Cuchillo's lead. Mina and I held up our glasses filled with lemon-scented sparkling water. The foreigner of Asian descent, said to be our dining companion, promptly began to speak to Kikuchiyo in English. There were several others, sullen-looking Caucasians, seated around us, but this person was the only one who spoke. That should mean that the only ones meant to speak were that man and Kikuchiyo. What a lifesaver. I could just concentrate on my meal.
じー。
With some tension, I adjusted my seat and spread out my napkin. Should be alright so far. Next.
オートブルでございます。
Out came a huge plate of lettuce and tomato. There were also this ginger looking stuff and some carrot? Anyway, a whole bunch of veggies. Now then. This was both a test and the main event. This was one venue at which I couldn't fail for Kikuchiyo's sake as well. Which meant... Excuse me, can I get some chopsticks please?
あら、
かしこまりました。お待ちください。
The waiter promptly retrieved the knives and forks on either side of my plate before leaving. He then quickly returned with wooden chopsticks. Thank you for the meal. That wasn't unreasonable. I used what I was familiar with. If I was going to eat a salad, chopsticks really were best. When?
Oh, why please?
The ambassador across from us called over the waiter in the same fashion. A short time later, another set of chopsticks was brought out. The ambassador directed a wry smile my way before happily digging into his salad.
なるほど。大国はフォークよりは箸の文化圏。
さりげなく向こうの好きな食べ方にリードした形ですわね。
The ambassador looked happy.
ゲロ、まさかここまで計算して。
It's not really that. I feel like that's just more of a coincidence.
でしょうね。ですが運も実力のうち。お見事ですわ。
Mina looked delighted, as could be. Thank goodness. The hors d'oeuvres were taken away, and next came the soup. Nothing to worry about here. I would eat this with my spoon. The whole point was to eat your food, not to drink it. Doing otherwise would be in poor taste. I brought each individual spoonful into my mouth before I washed it down. So then, now that I was down to the last of the soup, wait, which was it again? There was a French and English style by which you scooped up from the front or the back. I'd like to do this the French way. Like this, right? I'm pretty sure. This was the correct style. I polished off my soup. But I couldn't scoop it out cleanly. It would let out an awful squeaky noise if I kept this up. But the plate would be dirty if I left it like this. So...
パンはいくつになさいますか？
two. The waiter brought out the bread. He left us with 2 baguette-looking pieces. Let's see. There was etiquette for this too. First, tear them into bite-sized pieces.
よろしい。
This was how it was done. This baguette was delicious. It might not even need butter. I did wish it had a bit more salt content though. I bet it'd be delicious if I dipped it into the soup. Better stop. It was kind of a waste to leave anything on the plate, but Oh well. Afterward came the fish course. Carpaccio, was it? The thing was sashimi with dressing on it. This, I liked. It was easy to eat with a fork, and it was boneless. I began to eat.
うんうん。
This was easiest. Next was...
続いてメインディッシュに参ります。その前にお飲み物のおかわりは？
ではオレンジジュースを。
お水お願いしますわ。
I'll have water too. I had run out of my first drink and was feeling awfully thirsty. I was just hoping for a refill too. There shouldn't be any problems if I ordered the same thing as Mina. Either. I waited a short while.
失礼します。
Oh? Water came out in an unexpectedly large bowl. It was silver and exceptionally sizable. Oh well, fine by me, I guess. I had a bad feeling about this. Better not drink. When...
お飲み物お持ちしました。
Oh? I wasn't sure why, but the waiter brought glasses of water out afterward, along with napkins at the same time.
ありがとう。
Mina took her glass and napkin, then put her fingers into the silver bowl of water. She dabbed them into the wash, then wiped them on the napkin. Ah, don't tell me this bowl was for...
どうしました？おかしな顔をして。
No, nothing. I hadn't done anything to be ashamed of. About the time we cleansed our fingers in the finger bowls, our bone and meat dishes came out. Lamb something or other. It was coated in a sweet sour sauce. Oh well. Let's eat. The fact we cleaned our fingers meant it was okay to use our hands for this. This one was easy since I could get a firm grip on the bone. I proceeded to cut it into bite-sized pieces. Then... I dropped my fork. My body naturally moved to pick it up for a second, but I stopped. Yes, this was the one point in which I needed to be most cautious. A waiter came over, a moment later, picked it up, and took it away. After a short wait, a replacement came out.
どうぞ。
Thank you. Yes, had I picked it up, it would have been poor manners. I made through safely.
よろしい。
The meat course was delicious. For that matter, this part of the meal was a total breeze. All that was left was dessert and post-meal drinks. Not having anyone badgering me about any specific etiquette was a huge load off for me. Whew, scrumptious.
もう、大きな息をつくのはマナー違反。
Sorry. Mina was still on pins and needles, but I was in a lighthearted mood. I gobbled my food up in no time. Okay, now that I finished eating... Oh, how did I place my knife and fork after I finished eating again? I was supposed to place them on the right side of the plate if I recalled correctly, but I was sure there was an English and French style to this too. How did I do it when I ate here last, if I remember right? Oh, I hadn't at all. When I ate with Eroe and the rest before, I drank that alcohol before I passed out. Crap, I hadn't prepared enough. No, calm down, me. Wring your gentlemanly essence out from within, and the answer will come out to you naturally. The French style was... I set them down horizontally to the side. This was the I'm done with this plate sign if I recalled. After that, we ate dessert.
では今日はお時間を取らせてどうも。
Our dinner party ended on a cheery note. We went back to the hall. Exhaustion set in hard.
よく頑張りましたわね。
I'm beat.
そもそもあれ式で疲れる。というか、あんなガチガチで食べている時点で失格ですが。
Relentless.
あちらの大使を不快にさせるようなところもありませんでしたし、旧大点としておきますわ。
Thank you for that.
僕も助かりましたオーロ君。 神成さんもですが、場の空気が大変和やかで。
お役に立てたなら光栄ですわ。
部下に商談の指示を出してきます。また後で。
Sure. Thank you again, Kikuchiyo. We split up with Kikuchiyo. Mina and I were left behind.
あら、みな。
Hey!
ご飯食べてきたの？どうだった？
まあ成功ですわ。
I was so nervous, man.
さあ。みなのお眼鏡にかなうなんてすごいわオーラ。
最低限です。
もう。
まあでも本日のあなたはなかなかでしたわ。
Oh. Mina smiled brightly. It was rare for her to smile so genuinely at me.
これからも精進なさいな、ゲロ。
Even though she was strict with me. That only proved just how favorable a light Mina saw my etiquette today. She was simply overjoyed.
二人がもっと仲良しさんになってくれてよかった。はあ、でもいいわね、二人は。ご飯食べられて。
あ、そういえばお姉様は。
ずっと挨拶回りよ。もうお腹ペコペコ。エルがつまむものは持ってきてくれるけど、あまり頻度が高くないし。
Found it pretty rough for a glutton like Sylvie.
まあでも立食形式にもしてあるから多少なら平気なのだけど。
Sylvie giggled and plucked up some chocolate on a nearby table.
特に甘いものが嬉しいわ。ああ、疲れた。
She popped 2 or 3 in her mouth at once.
ほんと甘いものが嬉しい。
She tossed another 4 or 5 into her mouth.
甘い。
お姉様、それは。
The way she ate was a little improper and Mina looked visibly concerned by her behavior. But
なーにみんな、あなた私には甘いもの食べるなって言うの？そんなこと言う悪い妹はこうだ。
she hugged her.
お姉様。
チョコやチョコ買うてこい。
Hey now, Sylvie. All eyes focused on Sylvie as she suddenly began to shout and fool around. They were sisters, so all the onlookers just grinned, but this was definitely improper.
お姉様。
For whatever reason, Mina had an enraptured look in her eyes upon Sylvie's embrace. This chocolate. These ones Sylvie just ate, they had vodka gelatin inside. The kind that had an even higher alcohol content than whiskey. These were the type where you lit the contents on fire to flambe the chocolate before you ate it. If you binge ate these so quickly, this was bad. Anyone with an ounce of common sense could tell she was drunk. She obviously wasn't falling flat on her back like I'd done last time, but still.
あらもうキュ
Hey, hang on a sec. She was trying to embrace me too. It could be dismissed as a joke with Mina, but it'd be bad with me. Mina? What should we do about this?
こっち、休憩室がありますわ。
Sylvie.
わーい。
We crammed her into a nearby room.
お姉様は休憩すると皆に伝えてきます。介抱を頼みますわよ。
Will do. What an absolute disaster. I saw Mina off as she headed out. Subi, let's lay you down for now.
うーん
Her eyes were glazed over. What to do? If nothing else, I had to calm her down. Well, I thought up a plan.
オールのエッチ
Huh?
いつの間にか二人きりの部屋に連れ込まれちゃった。私今公務の最中なのにエッチなことされちゃうのね。
That was absolutely not what I intended, actually.
でもいいわ。私もう公務よりオールとエッチなことする方が100億倍は大好きだもの。公務の途中も何してる時もオールとイチャイチャエッチなことしたいなってばかり考えてるもの。
Thanks for that. Well, she pushed me back.
お姉様なしでも混乱しないタイミングでよかったですわ。さて、お姉様はどうなったかしら。このまましばらくお休みしていただいてもよろしいやもしれませんわね。あのゲロウと二人きり。ちょっと引っかかりますが、お姉様が幸せならそれで良いと思いましたわ。あの男も今日の態度を見るに見どころがあります。私の兄にして差し上げてもまあ旧大点ですわ。さて、それでお姉様は
オール何をする
Huh?
だあらミナ何をしてるんですのゲロウ。これは何ですの。どういうことですの。
This was Sylvie? Not me?
お付き合いはしてましたけど、あなたもうお姉様とこんなことを。これはその男女が結婚の後初夜を迎えた時のですね。
I guess that would fit into her sense of virtue. Mina believed kissing to be an extremely erotic act, one a couple did not engage in before marriage. I would imagine it was quite shocking for Mina to learn her sister was sexually active.
とにかく離れて。お姉様、ゲロウの上からどいてくださいまし。
どうしてミナ。これは私が好きでしてるのよ。
何をおっしゃるの。
It wasn't so much of an argument as it was mostly Mina squealing at an otherwise calm and composed Sylvie.
これはとても楽しくて幸せで素敵な行為なのよ。
ですが、そんな不潔ですわ。
不潔じゃないない。ほら、こうしてウエットティッシュでふきふきしてるし。
We really should take showers though. Sylvie liked to smell sweat, so we did at least make sure to safeguard against her getting sick.
でもこれ、赤ちゃんが。
もちろんできる覚悟もしているわ。その結果最悪で王室を除籍される覚悟も。
そこまで。
This was news to me too.
それでも私はオールに抱かれたいの。オールと一つになる幸せは何者にも代え難いのよ。口で言ってもわからないかしらね。来て、ミナ。
納得はできかねますが、私もこうなってしまった以上、お二人のことには何も申しませんわ。
よかった。どうするミナ。
バカじゃありませんの。お姉様に言われた確認は終わりましたわ。私もパーティーに戻ります。
そう。じゃあまずはシャワーね。
They headed off together to cleanse themselves. Kind of felt like I'd been their personal plaything. Although that was pretty fantastic in its own right. Just as you would expect From a party where national representatives had gathered, they had quickly dispersed once the designated time came.
今日はどうも。
また学園でね。
Once Sylvie finished seeing off the final guest, an exhausted look crossed her face.
お疲れ様でした。
今年の年末、最大の山を越えましたな。
ええ。でもこれで明日と明後日は自由よ。あら、ずっと一緒にいられるわね。
Wait, for real? Alright! I hadn't gotten an inkling of it, but now we've gotten permission.
もっともあさって24日は以前からの通り夜には学園の皆様を招いた懇親会パーティーです。二人きりにはなれないのであしからず。
Oh, that's right. There is a party going on. Rio would be making an appearance as Maria the day after tomorrow, so that was something to look forward to. So that means I can have you all day tomorrow.
明日は開けられたわ。あら、お時間あるかしら。
Of course I do. I'd make time even if I didn't. I'd finished off everything I had to get done before today. Mina smiled meaningfully. Now I got it. This was why she whined so much about that big cleanup this morning. Looks like I had a dependable ally.
じゃあ明日は何しようかしら。あら、何かある？
Well, it's hard to come up with something on the spot. There were things I wanted to do, but there were far too many options for me to choose from. I would give it some thought before we met up tomorrow. But yeah, what should I do? All alone with Sylvie. An unexpected first, huh?
金色ラブリッチェ。
Alright, so we're gonna finish this off here. Because I'm pretty sure literally the last chapters are gonna be pretty quick or rather short. So I'm gonna leave that for the next time. Because this one was rather long for just one chapter. Especially since it was all about politicians and dining etiquette and all those fun stuff. And some other stuff in between, obviously. But since, you know, I don't use the R18 version of the game, we obviously won't be able to see that, and also because of YouTube. But yeah, so until next time, guys, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, don't take my word for it, we'll be at the finale. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.